the entrepreneurial spirit, if that helps at all.
So I'll second what everyone said and kind of go in a bit of a different angle. So what you have to think about when you are working for yourself in any type of capacity, you're not just as, I forgot who said it on the panel, but you're not just selling a home. So you've got to be marketing, you've got to be HR, you've got to be your legal department, and you're outsourcing, right? So if you're not an attorney, you have to have an attorney, but you're the one that has to pick who that attorney is going to be. You're the one that's got to make sure that that attorney is reputable and that they're giving you good advice. And so when you're thinking about it, what I think of when you say CEO is the CEO of the company has to know everybody else's job. They're the ones responsible for hiring everybody else, firing everybody else if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, overcheck. And in order for you to hire and fire someone and to make sure they're doing a good job, you have to know a little bit about what they do. And so you can't just learn whatever your trade is. You have to kind of look at resources, ask people, get information, maybe take a course. You have to know what these other functions are. And so it helped me going to majoring in business in undergrad, because I know I have to take courses in all these different, I took finance classes, marketing, all of these things. So I know the lingo, I know how it's supposed to work in a very rudimental aspect. I need to hire somebody else to, that does that primarily, but I feel confident in picking that person because I know what they're supposed to be doing and what the lingo is. So you have to have that mindset, is that I need to know my craft and be good at my craft, but I also have to know all these other functions of how any business works. No matter what you're selling, no matter what you're buying, there are certain aspects that every single business has: a finance department, an accountant, attorney, HR, marketing, even internet security. Like I'll go to a CLE about that. That's not something I do, but I need to have it as far as who does that function for me. And then the other aspect is a little different, is it does get hard. To me, it's worth it because, like you said, it's going to be, no matter what you pick in life, you're going to have hard days and hard times. Being able to set your own schedule, pick your own clients, you determine what your something as simple as what the name of your company is, what your colors are, your logo, what your brand is. That's really important, and you have control over that. So it's like, if you're going to go through that hard aspect, and then on the upside, no matter how much work you do for somebody else, they're going to make the bulk of it. Okay, it makes sense. They have to pay for the overhead and all of that. When you're working for yourself, you're the one that gets that. So if you're like an outstanding seller, you're never going to make enough. You're never going to make more working for somebody else than you would for yourself. So with that the fact that it's hard, you have to feel comfortable being able to have those days where you just cry, where you talk to your best friend, your parents, whoever you go to get professional help. Like, you can't shy away from self-care because it is a lot on you. So I just, listed all these things it takes to run a business that you're responsible for. That's a lot. In addition to, you have to be stand out in what your primary function is. So for me, I'm an attorney. I have to be a great attorney, but I also have to do all these other functions. And you just have times where you need to just unwind. You need to have somebody help make sure your mental health is intact. And having that a part of that's just a normal thing. You have your self-care day. Somebody else may have it where they just go out with their family and friends and they spend the whole day with them and don't do anything related to work. Whatever it is for you, you have to have something built in, not just when there's a crisis, something built in that you're doing on a regular basis to make sure that your mental health is being taken care of.
And I want to do this now. Before I ask the last question, I want to open the floor up for any questions. If someone has a question, you can come up here, and you can kind of line up over if you have a question. I'd rather you just come here instead of us running back. There's a mic there. You can use that one. And you can put, questions.
Thank you, first of all, ladies, for taking the time out of your day to come and speak with us. As a person that is looking to transition from residential to commercial, what does your day look like? When you wake up in the morning, I understand you were saying, you were giving us pretty amazing examples of you start in the morning, you get up, you get dressed. Are you getting on the phone and making 57,000 phone calls all day long? Like, what really does your day look like? What is the first thing that you're doing? The second thing?